National Geographic magazine photographers shot over 1 million images, but only 1,000 could be published. And now we're counting down the 10 best pictures of the year. National Geographic photographers venture into the unknown, capturing pictures that tell incredible stories.
Fire!
Number 10, The Assignment, Amazon River Dolphins.
In the red tannic waters of the Amazon River, there's a mysterious creature that's seldom been photographed, the Amazon River dolphin.
On his first assignment for the magazine, Kevin Schaefer swims the Amazon River to photograph unusual pink dolphins who've adapted to this unique freshwater environment. Number 8, The Assignment, Severe Drought in Southeastern Australia.
This picture is very close to photographic perfection. Yet, it's not just a photograph for the sake of photography. It tells the story of a parched landscape, the attentiveness of a father, the harshness of the weather, the little girl with her hands on her face. This picture is extraordinary. This picture is a classic example of photojournalism that crosses the line from journalism into the realm of art.
Number 7, The Assignment, Underground Caves in Southeastern United States. This assignment takes them to the underground system known as TAG, where caves lie beneath Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia in the U.S. Our cameras are rolling on the exact moment Alvarez captures this top 10 photo.
A National Geographic photographer is a person with an intense curiosity, who exhibits a high degree of patience, who's persistent, who is never quite satisfied, never quite willing to turn away and say, I've got it.
Number 6, The Assignment, The Changing Face of Islam in Indonesia.
Jim Noctway came to us with an idea. He wanted to go to Indonesia and photograph a country that is the largest Muslim population of any nation in the world.
So it's a kind of sleeping giant. It's traditionally been a very tolerant society. It has accepted secular practices, has accepted other religions and other cultures. And in recent years, there's been a strain of fundamentalism that's come into Indonesia, and even radicalism and violence. So it's very important to understand what Indonesia really is. And I think in doing this story, we were trying to enlighten people about the unique nature of Indonesia. It is a very powerful geographic and demographic force in Southeast Asia.
Number 5, The Assignment, Green Rooftops Around the World.
The green roof story and the photographs that are in it are about aesthetics. It's saving energy. It's being green and being beautiful at the same time.
Chicago's mayor approved the installation of a green roof on City Hall as part of his initiative to make Chicago the greenest city in the U.S.
There's so many benefits to planting a roof. We can have a positive effect on the environment, and to me that was a message I really wanted to get across in the story.
Number 4, The Assignment, the Hadza Tribe of Tanzania. New York City studio photographer Martin Scholler trades the city streets for Tanzanian grasslands to photograph one of the oldest hunter-gatherer tribes in the world, the Hadza.
I went to Africa with the idea of doing the same thing that I would normally do in the United States, in the sense that I would bring all these lights, try to take these beautiful portraits that go beyond the normal realm of just showing up with a camera and taking some snapshots. The biggest obstacle is always photographing people that you can't communicate well with, is to make them seem relaxed and at ease with the situations, that they're being themselves rather than being the afraid-looking tribal member. You know, this story is important, not that any existing tribe today really lives like we all have lived 15,000 years ago. 15,000 years ago, there were only hunter-gatherer people, and it's nice to have a record to show how these people lived before they all vanished.
He photographs 112 tribe members. The young boy Niga, in particular, attracts Chris John's attention.
This one was special to me because of the innocence on the face, the little details that you see in a Martin Scholler photograph of a bit of sand here and there in the face.
Shows
Number 1, the assignment, the world's tallest trees.
Nick Nichols' photograph of a redwood tree, top to bottom. This just may be my favorite photograph of the year.
I've worked in forests for my whole life, and I just never could photograph the tree properly.
Nick Nichols has been making pictures for National Geographic magazine for more than 20 years. His most recent assignment, to photograph California's giant redwood.
We actually shot 3 photographs at a time, lowered the camera 3 meters, shot another 3 frames, lowered the camera again, shot another 3 frames, and so on. We would take bracketed exposures all the way down. In the end, we ended up with 84 images.
I feel like that this photograph that we made is going to end up standing for far more than trees, because we got these humans standing in the tree. We're going to feel like this has something to do with our relationship to the planet at this critical time. I mean, that tree's been standing for 1,600 years. How many of me and you have come and gone in that time?
I think the simplest thing that anyone could do to improve a photograph is to simplify it. Look behind your subject. Think about what else is there besides whatever it is that drew your attention in the first place.
You take inventory and you subtract or add information by moving your body, composing things. Really think about that.
Honor your subjects, get to know them, be present with them, care about who they are. The pictures will follow.
This is a completely unknown realm. To know what's in a cave, you actually have to go there, and that sense of original exploration is what motivates people to go underground and to explore some of these places.
My overall advice would be to stay loose, concentrate, and don't forget to breathe.
It teaches me so much about my world, but it also teaches me so much about myself. It's a window looking into the world, but it's also a mirror shining right back into who I am.
It's nice to have a record to show how these people lived before they all vanished into modern civilization, or into, you know, losing their way of life.
Try whenever you can to take the sense of I out of yourself, out of your photography, and look at it more as we, as us, because again, it has so much more to do with the people that are functioning in that moment. It has everything to do with it.
My wife and I both do this work, and I think both of us got into this because we think maybe you can make a little bit of a difference.
Still photography does something that no other medium can do, and I do think it's simply because it freezes a moment. It stops time.
We're here to share a world that grows increasingly interesting and more complex every day. We give our photographers a great deal of creative freedom, and they reward us in return.